Have you ever found yourself trying to go to sleep, or you're trying to meditate, and yet your mind is just chattering? It's just going nuts, and you can't seem to pull it back in. You can't seem to regulate it. Well, if this is something that you have experienced, would you like to learn a little bit about how you can get on top of it, get control of it? I'm going to share with you some real quick steps that you can put into place to help yourself if you're trying to learn how to meditate, yet you struggle with the chattering mind, or if you're trying to help yourself sleep, yet you struggle with the chattering mind. I recently just led a challenge, a 7-day challenge where I was able to teach classes, and during one part of that we talked about neuro-linguistic programming, and we ran through a pattern that required some heavy visualization, that some people struggled to go through that process because they didn't trust what was coming up inside of their minds. And when we're doing change work, when we're doing work on ourselves, or when we're trying to help improve the mind chatter, one of the foundational principles of going back and healing trauma inside of our life, or utilizing the benefits of meditation and asking ourselves specific questions, is having the foundation that we trust our subconscious. We trust what comes to mind. We trust the information that surfaces. And the reason why I'm making this video is that I want to help you, if this is something that you're struggling with, if you're not getting what you think you could have out of meditation, if you are not meditating because your mind just chatters so much. The whole purpose behind meditation is to learn to silence the chattering mind. And so it's just like when you start working out a muscle, like it's going to hurt at first. You're not going to be able to do what you want to do. You're not going to be at your goal, but you have to start and you have to work through that initial phase. And that's what it is with meditation. You have to work through the initial phase of silencing the monkey mind. So the monkey mind is the part of us that likes to judge. Am I right? Am I wrong? Was that right? Was that wrong? Did I make the right decision? Did I make the wrong decision? Does that person like me? Do they not? Was that emotion justified? Was it not? It's just always looking at something and trying to evaluate and judge. And the whole purpose of meditation is to learn to silence that part of our mind and just to create awareness. So if you are not meditating because of a chattering mind, you must begin to meditate, to learn to notice the silence and silence that mind. So one of the reasons why people stop meditating is because their mind is constantly chattering, they're having a hard time focusing, and they feel like there's something wrong with them, like they just can't do it. That is totally normal. That's the beginning parts. That's the beginning phases of meditation. So when you're able to capture and learn how to meditate for a long period of time, you develop emotional mastery. You develop the ability to not react in the same way that you would have beforehand. You notice when your mind is starting to throw out negative thoughts or negative belief patterns. It creates an awareness within us that allows us to operate from a much more grounded standpoint, where we're able to function inside of life much easier. So it's completely worth learning how to and spending the time to get through this initial phase. So I want to give you guys a couple of tools that you can use when you're beginning the meditative phases. So first of all, when you start meditating, expect that your mind is going to wander. You're going to start thinking about what you could have said differently in the last argument that you had, or what you're going to get at the store today, or what you forgot to get at the store yesterday. Your mind is going to wander. It's going to go over all kinds of stuff. And the important thing is that when it does, you can smile and you can say, I noticed, and you just bring it back to whatever form of meditation that you're doing. And that is one of the key principles. That is the exercise behind meditation, is noticing when your mind is wandering. So going into a meditation with a tool, with a method, is extremely important. If you just go in just to sit there for, say, 10-15 minutes, that's what you'll do, and your mind will wander. If you go in with a specific purpose for that allotted period of time that you're going to meditate or focus on building emotional mastery, then you will get more out of it. So a couple of things that you can do when you're going into meditation. You can go in with an affirmation where you just repeat the same thing over and over and over again. Some kind of a positive affirmation about yourself. Every day I am getting stronger and stronger, or every day in every way I'm becoming stronger and stronger. So you can use an affirmation. You can go in with just a breathing, just focusing on breathing. And what you do when you're focusing on breathing is you focus on the breath coming in through your nose or in through your mouth, what it feels like, where it goes, you notice the pause, and then you exhale and you notice the pause, the gap in between. And that's all you do, is you just notice. When your mind drifts and you notice that your mind is drifting, you bring it back to the breathing exercise wherever you were, and you just continue until the timer is up. What you'll find is that the more that you do this, the easier it'll become for you to remain focused on the breath for the entire time. So if you can get through a 5 or a 10-minute meditation without your mind drifting once, that means you have mastered something and you've become or you have achieved another level of control and mastery over self. What you'll find inside your life is that suddenly, like we were talking earlier, your emotions are much more in control. Like, you respond differently. The negative thought patterns are easier to notice and catch before they get out of hand and take us down the spiral of negativity. So another way that you can do this is you can use visualization. So you move your awareness outside of your body and you look back at yourself and you notice a light above you, and you just imagine that light moving down over your body. And as it moves down over your body through the top and it starts moving down, like, you imagine that light entering into every cell of your body and creating a relaxing and energizing atmosphere, I guess you could say, within your body. And doing that visualization, going all the way down through every muscle, every bone, every part of your body, that can take a good 10 to 15 minutes pretty easy. So that's a great place to start. And then the next thing is that there are some tools that are available out there that you can utilize that will really help you up your meditation game. So one of them that I would recommend would be Insight Timer. There are thousands and thousands of guided meditations that will help you begin your meditative journey. They're there for beginner meditators and also advanced meditators. So this is how we begin creating this emotional mastery. You know, like, I teach how to create a vibrant life, how to build a vibrant, energetic life, make weight loss a byproduct of that, emotional mastery, get off the roller coaster of the emotions that take us up and down. And that's what I teach through our challenges. If you guys are interested in getting in on the next challenge and going through 7 days where you're gonna notice more motivation inside your life, you're gonna feel better about the decisions that you're making, you will feel more energized and focused. Like, these are all aspects. This is what I've heard back from the participants inside these groups. So if you want to get in there, make sure you visit the website down below, profoundshifts.com. All right, guys, hope that helps. We'll see you soon.